So I was watching a sermon on sex, love, and dating, and it was eye-opening. It said that there's one thing you really have to address before getting into a relationship, and that's your childhood issues, your childhood trauma. And I make a bet that a lot of us have childhood issues and childhood trauma. I remember because I was raised in a low-income family. There were kids that had things that I didn't have. They had Nikes, they had Game Boys. And we were a low-income family, and I looked down on my parents for not being able to provide me with that. I hated it when they sent me to grandma's house, who made me work right after school instead of chilling around and watching TV. And I hated the way that my parents were always yelling at each other because my dad had a gambling addiction and we were always just living paycheck to paycheck. And those childhood issues prevented me from getting into healthy relationships because what I saw was my parents just yelling at each other all the time, holding toxicity in their hearts, and just having this passive aggressiveness towards anything that triggered them against their partner, against their husband, against their wife. And when I meet a girl that I like, that's exactly how I treated her. I had some passive aggressiveness. I didn't know how to resolve it. I didn't know how to communicate. And those are some childhood issues, examples of some childhood issues and trauma that, I had to work out before I became healthy enough to be able to attract the woman that I wanted in my life. So before you get into your next relationship, if you've had a string of bad relationships, take a good look in the mirror and ask yourself, what kind of childhood trauma am I holding on to?